Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio. The Kansas City Chiefs have the week off, which definitely is needed after the loss of the Bills in Buffalo. But we did get some good news yesterday. Josh Simmons is back to help with that battered left O-line.
And the O-line does need help, no question about that. And Josh Simmons will be a big help. He did return. His unfortunately, absence is over. It's still a mystery, but that's beside the point. He's back to offer help, and he will offer help. He's a big, strong kid, and he was playing well before whatever the circumstances were that forced his absence. But the Chiefs do need help on that offensive line. It was not good against the Buffalo Bills. Do have a week off to get ready for the Denver Broncos, and in my opinion, that's a bigger game than the one with Buffalo. That's a division game, and Denver is ahead of Kansas City right now. I don't think Denver is in the same class with the Buffalo Bills, but still, that's 2 weeks away, and we can discuss that further. Still, Josh Simmons back, and that does help.
Well, and back to what you're saying about the Broncos, it's not that I see what you're getting at as far as the class of team. It doesn't matter, though. The Broncos this year have figured out ways to win almost every single time, and that sometimes is a class unto its own, and we will definitely have a matchup for them a week from this coming Sunday. All right, already starting to see some shuffling of decks in Major League Baseball. First one on is the Braves. They've got a new head honcho.
They do. He's not really new as such. Walt Weiss has been around in Major League Baseball for a number of years. He was the bench coach in Atlanta to Brian Schnitker, who decided to retire at the age of 70. Weiss has been around. He managed the Colorado Rockies for a number of years and had some success out in Colorado, which is kind of an anomaly right now because the Rockies haven't played very well. They had a vast losing record this year. But he is only, and this is indicative of the Braves organization, how solid it is. He's only the third manager in the last 36 years in Atlanta. He replaces Schnitker. Bobby Cox was in there as well. But the fact is that Walt Weiss can take over, do some good work with the team he knows. He's been their bench coach. And watch out for Atlanta. If they can stay away from the injury problems, which plagued them just intensely last year, they can be a real force in the National League East.
And that's another game where it comes down to attrition. And we'll see who's who towards the end of the year with the healthiest guys. All right, we did have a Monday Night Football game last night that involved the Cowboys in Arizona, and I can't seem to figure out Dallas, man. Like, some weeks they come out there and they just look like, wow, that's a good team, and then they go into Arizona and then they face off with the Cardinals at home and get smacked around.
Well, they being the Cowboys, have a very good offensive attack. However, a good solid defense, which Arizona put on them last night, can slow them down. 27-17, the Cardinals go into Dallas and win the game. That is an upset. It's not a massive upset as such because Arizona has had the makings of a good team. Still, they're missing Kyler Murray. He's out of there. So in comes Jacoby Brissett, and all he does is go 21 for 31, 261 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And Marvin Harrison had a big game. Hey, it says it all. And the Cardinals came up with a defensive stoppage of the high-powered Cowboys. 27-17, Arizona in an upset, and that is big because Dallas cannot afford any more losses.
No, they cannot. But again, I don't know what's more depressing, that record or the fact that Jacoby Brissett had a better game than Patrick Mahomes on Sunday. The Lady Bears kicked off their regular season against SLU yesterday. How they looking so far?
SLU is pretty good. SLU gave the Lady Bears a really tough time and had the lead by 4 points down the stretch. But the Lady Bears are led by Cayman Beckemeyer from Republic. She's been with the team a couple of years now. She had 23 points, picked up the scoring slack. There are many new Lady Bears on this team. Came from behind down the stretch and win the game by a score of 70-66. Big opener, very important opener for the Lady Bears. They're able to come away with an opening win against a good team. I think the Lady Billikens, if that's what they call themselves, are pretty good. So a nice win for the Lady Bears. Now the Bears open up tonight. They play Missouri Southern out of Joplin. Missouri Southern is a D2 team, but the game counts for the Bears. It is on their schedule. It is the opening game, and it should be a very interesting test for Missouri State.
Go Bears. The St. Louis Blues had a game yesterday. How'd they fare?
They won down the stretch, pulled away from the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton's pretty good, but the Blues were able to edge them 3-2 in this game, and that breaks a 7-game losing streak for St. Louis, or a 7-game, let's put it this way, non-winning streak. Now, you do have shootouts, but you get the point for that. But by the same token, they do get a win this time and get the 2 points, and they needed them badly. That gives the Blues 10. They're still way behind in the standings. However, 3-2 win, still early in the season, everything helps. Hey,
way behind, last in the division, but that don't mean nothing right now. And it just seems to me if the Blues can stop the team from scoring 5 or more points, then they can win the game. We've got another bunch of college teams opening up their regular season yesterday. How did that look?
Yeah, this is opening day, or opening night in this case, and both Missouri and Arkansas did play. Missouri goes on the road for their opener, and they go on the road to an HBC college, Howard University in Washington, D.C., and that is a rarity. So the reason why it happened, it's all financial, but the fact is that Missouri went to Howard and knocked them off 88-67. Howard has been to the NCAA tournament. They weren't there last year, but the last couple of years, they've been the champions of that league. But Missouri put it to them last night, had to pull away in the second half to get it done, 88-67. Arkansas had no problems at all with Southern Arkansas, beat them 109-71. And as far as some of the other ranking teams, Kansas got a win. Kansas beat Green Bay 91-54. Some of these city teams that have the names of the cities with them have dropped now the state. It used to be Wisconsin Green Bay. It's now just Green Bay. But the big story of all is national champion Florida. They're the reigning NCAA national champs. They fell in their opening game to a very good Arizona team, 93-87. Arizona 93, Florida 87. More basketball coming up tonight, and the season is underway.
You got any chocolate chips on it? You doing
some? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, it's early, man. A little early for me, and also I don't have any money. Ned, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.